Hey guys, welcome to the Empirical Miracle channel, and today we're going to talk about where do you go when you die? And the answer to that is you don't go anywhere. When you die, there's nowhere for you to go. You just are. You just is, right? So if you think that you go somewhere when you die, that's just your duality-based mind trying to stay in control, right? So the mind is duality, the soul is consciousness, singularity. So you're a three-part triune being: body, mind, soul. And you're not your body or your mind. Those are just things that you possess. They're possessions, right? What you are is your soul. So when you die, you become your soul again. I mean, you're already your soul now, but you just go to being your soul solely, right? So your body ceases to function and your mind ceases to exist, and what's left is you, your soul, pure consciousness. So you're not going to be going anywhere or thinking anything, figuring anything out. You're just going to be. That's what the soul is. That's what pure consciousness is. It's just being, right? So there is nowhere for you to go. You will just be. And people think, well, you have to go somewhere. Like people think you go to heaven or hell, and those are just that's duality, right? When you die, you're not bound to the 3D reality. You are in the spiritual realm. So just like the soul is that which cannot be defined, right? There's no substance to the soul. You can't measure your soul, right? It's like gravity. And gravity doesn't have any substance. There's no matter to it. You can't measure gravity, right? But we still know it exists. So it's just like even microscopic things like photons or electrons, right? They're super small, but we can still measure them. They're tangible, right? The soul is not tangible. It's not something that you can measure. It doesn't have volume or weight. Same with gravity, right? There's no actual measurement of gravity itself. We can measure gravity, but not from measuring gravity itself. We measure gravity by measuring the wobble of surrounding stars or planets that it creates, right? So that's how you tell that it's there. It's a force, but it's not actually a physical substance, right? So there's nowhere for you to go. You just will be, right? So when you die, you're not going to be figuring anything out or thinking about stuff. You're just going to be in pure consciousness, and until you reincarnate, and then you'll have a new body and a new mind and a new personality, and your consciousness will be the same, right? You will still be the one in control of the thoughts, until you let your mind take over and you start associating yourself with your thoughts as your identity, which happens to everyone. But that's what the spiritual awakening is, guys, is to disassociate yourself with your thoughts and not let your thoughts be who you are, but you're the observer of your thoughts, right? You are noticing that you are the noticer of your thoughts. So when a thought comes in, you are observing the thought, right? You are in control of the thought. You're not letting the thought take over. That's what meditating is. Meditating is just releasing the need for control, right? And you're just being pure consciousness when you're meditating. That's why it's so great. It's an easy way to stay present for an extended period of time, because you want to stay present throughout the day as often as possible, but you're still gonna have stuff come up and you're gonna need to be thinking about stuff, so it's not possible to be present the entire time you're awake. But when you're meditating, you can just be in a complete present state, right? So I think that what death is like is the closest that you can get to what death is like while being alive is by being in a deep meditative state. So, when you're in that deep meditative state, you are not really, you release all the thoughts, right? So you're not really thinking about anything. You're just being in the present moment. And when you're in that deep meditative state, that's as close as what it's going to be like to being dead, until you reincarnate again. into another body, right? So guys, you want to be present. So part of this spiritual awakening that you're going through, the meat of the awakening, the meat of the lesson that you need to learn is to be present. Loaf, come here, Loaf. I got my Morkies with me, guys. Come on, Loaf. Loaf. Loaf, get over here. So we're at the park. So that's the meat of it, guys, is to be present. If you only learn one lesson in this life, that's the one you want to learn, is to be in the present moment, guys. So shift the focus of your attention to the present, right? Be aware of your thoughts as an observer of your thoughts, right? Notice everything that's around you in the present moment, not being in your thoughts, not thinking about stuff or trying to figure something out, right? Like I use that analogy when you're at the park, right? Like right now, what I've been trying to do, walking around with these dogs, and I'm just trying to be in the present moment, right? With them, not thinking, because I'll catch myself thinking about stuff that I got to do or things, on the agenda, and that's your mind trying to take over and be in control, right? But you just notice that and then let it go, and then come back to the present, right? So that's all I got for this one, guys. And thanks for coming in. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. If you're just coming in, please like, share, and subscribe. This is a brand new channel, so I appreciate it, guys. Till next time, love and light.